In this lesson, we are making a frequency table from some data, a histogram, and then a dot plot. So we are using numerical discrete data this time, and we're looking at the number of people living in each house in my street. There's my data. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 data points. We are going to do all these things first and talk about the skew as well. All right, firstly, to put things into a frequency table, we need to look at the scores or the data values here. We can have a look across and say, right, we've got a choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 people. So in this case, it would be the number of people in each house rather than the score. We now have to tally. So we can cross a 1 off, put a tally mark. We cross a 2 off, another 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. All right, so we've done that. We've got a frequency of 3. This occurred 3 times on the 12, out of the 12 houses. This occurred 4 times, 2, 2, and 1. Okay, so that is our frequency table straight away. Nice and easy. We can see the number of scores and we can see the frequency. We can actually have a look at how many things we tallied up, and so that we can have a total here to check that the number of our scores here is correct. So 3 plus 7, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we do have a total of 12. We are now making a histogram, remembering that frequency always occurs on the y-axis. So frequency could go on for quite a while. We have a potential frequency range here of 1 to 4. That's our highest number. So if we started here at 0, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we needed it, 5. Down here is where our scores go. So we actually have to label it. The number of people in each house. We would then have our scores in the middle, because remember, our bars or our columns are going to go there. So we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so the number of times one person existed was 3. Now you would use a ruler and make this nice and pretty, but I'm not going to. 2 people lived 4 times. So this is how high that bar is going to go. You can see my bars are sticking together. 3 people happened 2 times. We can see that over here. 4 people happened 2 times as well. And 5 people happened just 1 time. So there is my histogram. They are all the same data, so technically they'd all be the same color. We have to make sure we can clearly see a difference between those scores there. We're going to turn that information into a dot plot. Dot plots are nice and easy. We are simply putting the number of people in each house, and it is implied that the number of dots is each tally mark. So in this case, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see I'm putting the data point on the notch mark here, or the line, rather than in between, because we're not drawing columns this time. So number 1 happened 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. 2 happened 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 happened twice. 1, 2. 4 happened twice. 1, 2. And 5 happened once. So you can see the shape of this histogram is pretty much the same shape as that dot plot. Now we need to evaluate its skew. We can have graphs that are symmetrical, positively skewed, or negatively skewed. Now this one looks actually quite similar to this here. It is positively skewed. Its data points mainly sit at the lower end of the scale there, making the tail drag off this way. So we'd say positive skew. Right, so we've done that. We've made our dot plot. We are now going to calculate the percentage of scores where there was 1 person living in there. We had 1 3 times. So our percentage will equal the number of, 1 person, spelling, shocking, don't know what's going on. 1 person, the number of times that happened, divided by the total scores collected, and we will times that by 100. So we have 3 out of our total possible 12 times 100, which will give us a nice round number of 25%. Right, so 25% of the time, there was only 1 person living in that house. Now to find the mean, I'm not going to do it right now. To find the mean, we are going to add up all of the scores. So this one here is the sum of all of the scores divided by the number of scores. So in this case, you would actually have to be adding up all of these numbers up here. You would say 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5 and so on, divided by the 12 total scores to find what the mean score is. Right? Lots of skills in that lesson as well.